Darkcast Network. Out of the shadows comes the best of indie podcasts.
Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's exciting episode, Mr. Jake, what movie are we going to be discussing?
We are discussing 1995's Seven, directed by David Fincher.
This is to follow up an abysmal movie me and Jake watched called Longlegs. If you heard last week how we felt about it, we wanted to stick with more crime storyline and also horror in our opinion, so we decided to cover one of the greatest crime movies of all time. What I'd also like to mention real quickly is I did that way too early.
It's all right.
Damn,
We're just so excited.
I am so excited.
Just want to get right to it.
Right into it. The J Squared Horror Podcast is a conversation-based podcast where two lifelong horror fans decide to get together. We drink. Get there. And we like to chat about all things horror. We like to invite people on the podcast, whether it's on StreamYard, whether it's a request, or whether it's actually live and in person. So if you'd like to join the J Squared Horror Podcast, please go to www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. What you could also do to help support us is what, Jake?
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Pretty, please.
Also listen to us on Spotify,
We're on there.
as well as on Apple.
Yep.
You can interact with us on Instagram. J Square Horror Podcast, link tree in the bio. New episodes every Thursday.
Every Thursday, two lifelong horror fans put out episodes for our fans to like, comment, and enjoy on. So this, nope, not there yet. Man, I am ready to get into it.
Just go for it.
This is a dark and rainy movie. There you go. That's it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it.
What I forgot to mention is we are a part of the Darkcast Network.
That's a good transition there.
The Darkcast Network is a podcasting network about paranormal, true crime, strange, and now horror podcasts. So if you need a podcast for your week, please go check out Darkcast Network at darkcastnetwork.com or on Instagram, Darkcast Network. Now.
Now we can finally get into it.
Seven. The best acting and looking Brad Pitt, and Morgan Freeman has always looked that same age.
So to me, he looked young.
Yeah.
Compared to,
I mean,
what I'm used to.
yeah.
I first thought, damn.
Look at him. He's probably like 77 when he did this movie. This is where is it based at? It's got to be like Portland or some shit. It's always raining.
So I thought it was New York.
Oh, okay.
But it does have that like Pacific Northwest weather. It was raining
The entire
every day.
movie. The entire movie. There was one shot in particular that I saw where it was like they were driving in the car and the sun shone through the windows to where it was just like brightness. I was like, is that a fuck up? Because it's like pouring down rain everywhere else. And they forgot that the rain machine wasn't blocking the sun for a certain scene. Yeah, this is a very dark and ominous crime movie that I enjoy. So we're going to go about it in our new way, which is our likes, our dislikes. And in this one, we're not going to go favorite kills. We're going to go favorite sin. Favorite depiction of a sin from the 7 deadly sins. And then we'll do our rating and our episode for next week. So what is your likes, Jake?
I like the dynamic of Mills and what's his name? Somerset. Yeah. I love that old school versus new school.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I'm getting into it. That was the number one that stuck out to me, at least.
That is one thing that keeps you very intrigued in this
Yeah.
movie. You got Brad Pitt to go get her with Mills, Detective Mills, and then you got Morgan Freeman, I'm 6 days away from retirement. The world is fucked and I'm over it.
Yeah.
Somerset.
Yeah.
And it's like Lethal Weapon, dark and spooky.
Yeah,
You know,
it is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's good.
I mean, no comedy aspect, but if you're looking at a dynamic of police officers, it's very much that.
Somerset is very much too old for this shit.
He's way too old for this shit. And then Mills is just overly excited, ready to whip
Yeah.
that gun out whenever he can. And I agree. That is one of the, I think, one of the most gripping parts of this movie is that dynamic. And it can keep something so dark and ominous as a serial killer film a little relatable in a capacity of how's each one going to go about it, you know, who's going to be in the situations. It keeps you very intrigued for this entire plot. So that's a very good point. I love the annoyance of Somerset, which probably plays on to your dynamic thing. But I love how over it he is, but also like he meets this young, hungry Mills fresh out the gate and tells him to go door knock.
Yeah.
Like right out the gate, barely met the kid or young man. And he's just like, I love that he's over it in the sense of, yeah, you're bothering me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's, you know, maybe how you feel sometimes hanging out with me.
So,
you know?
no. So when they're looking over the initial crime scene.
Yeah, gluttony. Yeah.
And Mills is talking. He said, "Can you be quiet?"
Yeah, can you just shut the fuck up for 5 seconds? My favorite part of that is he was like, so what was the point in that conversation you just had with that officer? And he was like, what? He's like, why?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, exactly. Obviously, that conversation didn't need to fucking happen.
It was going nowhere. And,
And
when it got there, then what?
Yeah, he says it so casually too.
Yeah.
He just turns back at him and is like, "So what was the fucking point in that?" And Mills is like, because like, yeah, detectives and the beat cops are gonna have a certain dynamic between them, but Somerset wants no part of it. If it's not information or clues onto the case, he wants no part of it, and that sets up so many things later on down the movie. That little thing sets up so many things later on down the movie where bigger clues and bigger situations happen where, Mills either needed to shut up or kind of holster himself.
Yeah.
And Somerset was right. And it really, really helps with that dynamic, which you had already mentioned.
So second thing, pretty much what you just said, dialogue.
Dialogue is
Loved
huge
it.
in
Whether
this
it's
movie.
minor dialogue,
Yep.
major dialogue as we're talking, like getting to know each other. When he meets Mills' wife, the way she's talking to him.
I got to say, for a buildup of backstory, that was done very well. Because I feel like there's a movie that came to my mind. It's called Devotion. It was a I can't remember which war it was, but it was about a white and a black pilot who, a very similar situation where the black pilot invited him over for dinner and then kind of got to know him more.
Yeah.
And it's like little things like that where you don't have to waste a bunch of time, but it also creates that crucial dynamic and a duo lead.
Yeah.
Which it's just, there's nothing better for a viewer when it's well written and well executed by the writers and the actors portraying it. So that's huge. The dialogue in this movie is perfect. That little bit of when they're separated, because Somerset is like, I don't want this. And he's like, well, you got it. And then Mills is like, I want it. But because of the next murder, greed, they get brought right back together because he realizes going back when they find the the shards of concrete or metal in his stomach of gluttony that, he goes back to the crime scene and realizes, it says gluttony behind the fridge.
Yeah.
That says greed. We're dealing with the same dude here.
Because when the first one he said, this is going to be something.
Yeah, like Somerset, the reason he didn't want any part of it was because he knew there's a 99.9% chance this is a serial
This is
killer.
going to prolong past my 6 days.
Yeah. This is going to last a lot longer.
So the first thing that popped at me was when, I guess the captain,
Oh, old Gunny.
is talking to Somerset, and the guy's scraping his name off the door. He said, hey, can you
Can you
not
just fucking
do that?
stop, please? And what's crazy, the sound department of this movie had that even in our ears,
Yeah.
and it was starting to bother me.
Yeah. Hey, I'm right here.
Can you please? I'm not gone yet. All right. And this guy's trying to talk to me right now.
And then when they're all talking with Mills,
Yeah.
and he says, I also want to say, I don't think he's ready yet.
Mills is like, I'm right here.
You can see it
You
in
wanna-
my
and then he
face.
turns and goes, I don't think you're ready. It's just like, Somerset's got balls of steel.
Don't give a fuck.
He's not only talking to his superior officer in a manner that you probably shouldn't, but he also looks right at the young buck and goes, yeah, I'll piss on your cornflakes.
Yeah.
Like, this is my world and I'm done with it.
Yeah, when a guy brings the metal scrape and he
Yeah.
says, all right, you can put it down. Bye.
Yeah, to his superior.
Yeah.
Like even Gunny's character, I don't know that character's name, but Gunny is the guy that plays it. That the quick camera pan of him is like shocked. It's like you've obviously been dealing with Somerset for some years, and
Very
you're
long time.
still looking at him like, did he really just fucking kick me out of here? Like, I'm helping your case, and
Yeah.
he's just like, go get.
Nobody's got 5 days left. But damn.
It really builds this movie is so well written and directed, and I think the same guy did it. I think it was all written and directed by Fincher or whatever his name is. Yeah. Another like that I have is, and I kind of it's lame, but the atmosphere of this movie is dark because of the rain and because of where they are. They're always soaked. They're always grumpy, but it creates a very abysmal feeling for the viewer, and it kind of sets the entire mood of this movie. They may feel like they're close, they're never close enough, and I love that.
There's no joy to be found in this movie.
There is no joy. The little bits you get aren't enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it keeps you just in that mood of, this isn't going well.
Yeah. And the only joy you really get is when Somerset and Mills kind of start fucking with each other.
Yeah.
Which, if anybody knows this movie, the way it ends is the worst possible way.
What's crazy is they actually make a good team.
They make a great team as long as Mills shuts up every once in a while and Somerset does what he needs to do.
Mills is a loose cannon.
But not in the sense of like, what's his name from what I had mentioned already, Lethal Weapon. He is a better cop.
Yeah,
he is a better cop, but he is wherever he was from was a little bit more, not fast paced, but maybe younger people around him, not as dark, easier to solve stuff. So it's crazy because Somerset keeps it real. And Mills keeps it just so black and white, where it's like, even Somerset a couple times is like, hey, don't call him insane. Like, you're narrowing him down.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, fuck it. Like, spinning around in his chair like a child, being like, I don't care. This guy's fucking loony. He's probably dancing around in his whitey tighties right now. And you're just like, yeah, but Somerset knows.
Yeah.
He's been around this area.
Somerset keeps it very methodical.
Yes. But it's the dynamic of both, because when Somerset, one thing I like is the use of illegal tactics to get what they need done.
Yeah.
They both do it.
Yeah.
So what Somerset does is he has an informant in the FBI that can go through the library. So this is a big part of the movie. Somerset just jokingly says something about a library card or a library.
Yeah.
And then it clicks in Somerset's head that, oh, that's a huge clue because there's going to be information on this. So like what we're used to, where our government can kind of ping off of our phones if we're Googling certain things or saying certain things, it wasn't like that back then.
Yeah.
They were renting books from the public library that would give you potential, we need to check on this
Get a
person.
little alert. We got your name, your address, your picture.
Yep. So he pays money, which isn't right, to get information that you shouldn't have acquired. And what Mills does later, when you get past the shootout scene, when he kicks open the door and Somerset's like, you fucking idiot, you just ruined this case.
Yeah.
He goes, how much money you got? And he pays off some crackhead
Yeah.
to say, oh yeah, we called them here. Both to great avail. This would not have been solved if neither one of those things happened.
I like how Somerset just stood in the back and let him, all right, I'll let you handle this one.
But also you realize Mills never walks into that room without doing what he did first.
Yeah.
So yeah, fucked up. But I
Yeah.
think it's just so interesting where it's like sometimes the good guys have to do bad
Sure.
shit.
He kicks it open and then walks away.
Yeah, he like stands at it for a second.
Like this son of a bitch.
All right, I'll walk
All
away.
right.
Yeah. How much money you got? I'm
Yeah.
gonna pay one of these crackhead
Yeah.
neighbors to say that they called. Yeah.
Something I also liked was the run-ins they had with John Doe.
John Doe is his name. Yeah.
The scene where they're going up the stairs and he's the paparazzi.
He's
whatever,
he's the
taking a
news guy.
picture.
Yeah.
Very good.
Now, do you?
But also good that Mills saw his face and could describe him.
Yeah.
So they had a little.
They had the Etch-a-Sketch thing.
It looked
like
him.
him. Yeah. I liked it because I'm wondering if that was the point where he decided that now Mills is on his list because of how he acted.
You think so?
Was that the reason? Why else would he have printed those pictures?
True.
You know, all the other pictures that were hung up were all his other works of murders.
And you find out the last two bodies
are him.
Yeah.
It's his situation.
Yes. Envy and wrath.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I don't think he was planning on having it be a detective first.
Yeah, or if Mills wasn't such a fucking
He's a hothead. Yeah.
And he did kind of treat him kind of shittily.
It's wrath.
Yeah.
It's wrath. He saw that and goes, I got my guy.
Yeah.
Then you do barely any research to find out who his wife is. Bam. Wham, bam. Thank you, man.
Yeah, he tells him people just sell information.
Yep.
From his own precinct.
Boom.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. You pay enough, they're going to give you what you want. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Does a damn fine job in this movie.
Very good job.
Very good job in this movie.
He's good at that type of role.
One of my likes, the actors and the portrayals that they gave, for sure.
Very good.
Everybody was good. Even the smaller characters that weren't as big. Obviously, that's why they're called smaller characters. I'm trying to sound so smart, and then I just sound so dumb. Yeah, you know, the smaller characters that aren't as big. It's because I don't know adjectives. So I just repeat the same shit with a couple different words. But yes, I did like all the acting in this movie. Not a lot of characters. The ones you get are important, though.
I agree, yeah.
I like that you don't have to waste a lot of time with other detectives getting in it or like other cops fucking shit up. Like that would have taken away from the movie.
No thanks.
Are we allowed to like Kevin Spacey again? Didn't he get acquitted for all his shit? I don't know.
Yeah. I think we're allowed to like Kevin Spacey.
Well, he was part of he was doing some shit like Little Boys or something.
I feel like, you should be able to. This is a movie from almost 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah, well prior.
Something he did a couple years ago.
One of his best movies, bro.
Doesn't go back and I like, what's that
American Beauty.
Yes, that's
What a ride.
He's also good in Horrible Bosses.
Oh, very good in Horrible Bosses.
Yeah.
Very good in Horrible Bosses. Yeah, I think that, in my opinion, this is Brad Pitt's best acting. He kind of got typecasted after this movie.
I've never been a big Brad Pitt guy.
Yeah.
He's good in the movie called Snatch.
Snatch, he's amazing. And he's got that accent.
Yeah.
He talks in that other language. Yeah.
Don't know what the fuck he's saying.
Nope. He plays that gypsy very well.
He's good in that.
Yeah.
He's good in this.
Troy. Hey, man.
He's good in Troy.
He's good. He's good Achilles.
He's good in those with Ocean 11, 12, 13.
All of those guys are solid in those movies, though. Yeah. They really figured that out with each actor, yeah.
So he's in that new movie coming out.
With Clooney.
Yeah. That was good.
I'll watch it.
I've heard with
I'll
him.
watch it.
They're a good team.
Brad Pitt of recent kind of went back to some of his earlier on set typecasts where it's like Bullet Train was really good and he did very good in that movie. He's not the cliche pretty boy. He's more rough, tough, and still fucking people up.
He's kind of old for that now.
Yeah. Whereas George Clooney still gets the pretty boy swag.
He's suave.
He's suave. He's a suave guy. Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah.
She's fine. She's obviously not who she is now in this movie.
So this quick little side story.
Yeah.
So there's an episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Okay.
Where there's a killer who is like stalking at night.
Okay.
And it takes place in a library.
Okay.
And the new librarian, who's like super paranoid and super scared of all the security guards and people coming in at night, is the killer. And is played by her mom.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. I didn't know Gwyneth Paltrow's mom was an actress.
Yeah, I think Blythe Dan, I think her name is.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like royalty. Actor royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it made me think of that, the whole library dynamic. Made me
Yeah,
think
it's a
of
big
that.
it's a big part of this movie, yeah.
I think it came out in the 90s, so it was not too far from this movie.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think she was like really early on in her career in this movie.
I can't really name stuff she's in that.
I'm not realizing that I can't either.
Yeah.
She's Iron Man's lady in some Marvel stuff.
She's in
Shallow Hal.
Yeah.
Good movie. Good movie. One of Jack Black's finest. And it's got Costanza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Alexander's little tail in there.
Oh god, that was so weird.
It was
That
weird.
was so weird.
It wiggle and shit. Yeah.
You know, I like being able to talk about different movies sometimes.
So I think something I love,
Okay.
even years later, is the ending.
It's one of the most iconic endings, one of the most repeated, or what is it called when you like say a line? But yeah, that line, iconic line,
Referenced.
It's
Yeah.
referenced a lot. As soon as you get a box, you say this fucking line.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't seen the movie, pop culture has told you that it's okay to say this.
But I love just how it elevates as he's asking.
Yeah.
Like the more angry now he goes, "What's in the fucking box?"
Yeah. What's in the box?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Also, there was a thing where they said it shows the head in the box. There was like a Mandela effect. People remember seeing
No,
the head
never.
in the box. No.
I'm pretty sure I watched this movie at least early to mid 2000s, like for my first time.
I think
Definitely wasn't in the 90s.
what people think there is it shows a flash of her face.
It like a cut scene to her laying in bed or something.
Yeah, later in that scene. Yeah, people think they're
Yeah,
tying it into
but that's
maybe?
a weak Mandela effect.
Sure.
There are some that we all swear by, but that one I don't agree on.
I don't either, but I know people.
People have said it.
Yeah.
Do you wish they would have? There we go.
Nope.
Yeah. I feel like that would have taken away from it. The style of movie this was.
Yeah. Also, the head probably wouldn't have looked very good.
Not back then, no.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a Thanksgiving did a good job with prosthetics. Maxine did a really good job with head prosthetics.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, the iconic mom head's been used so many times.
So I think I love that scene and just
I
Somerset running back over there.
I love, and also, hey, it's a love because of how well it was done. I don't like that this happened to Somerset, but this poor guy had 6 fucking days until retirement, falls in love with this newly introduced people in his life, and you can kind of tell throughout the movie he's fighting it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want Gwyneth Paltrow talking to him about being pregnant. He doesn't want Mills to get too involved. He's trying to keep Mills cool. He's trying to keep Gwyneth Paltrow, headstrong.
Yeah.
And then for that to happen in front of him.
That's wrong. It's good.
For that to happen in front of him, that's it.
Do you think if you're in that situation, you're Mills, would you kill John Doe too?
1,000,000%.
You wouldn't hesitate.
Nope.
Okay.
How about you?
So a part of me would want, justice to be served
No.
for him. But you can see it in he looks at him, starts crying, raises the gun, looks at him. He's going back and
He's
forth.
going through it. Yeah.
Then he's like, fuck it. And just unloads on him. Hits him once, takes him down, kills him, obviously.
Yeah,
And just
yeah.
keeps fucking going right into him.
Oh, yeah.
I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Maxine. Very similar ending. Well, in some capacity.
I mean, yeah, because you have that moment of, I guess, clarity.
Yeah.
And you're thinking,
Are you going to do what's right or what you want to do?
yeah,
Yeah. I know for a fact that if that's my wife's head
yeah.
and I was as in love as they were, does he know that she was pregnant?
No.
That's one part I don't. Okay.
He didn't know.
Even then.
Because when he said that, that's when he started like tearing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then John like goes, oh, he didn't know. He looks at Somerset, and Somerset's like, fuck.
Yeah. Damn it.
Now you're going to die. Damn it.
You done fucked up, AA Ron. Was that her blood on him when he turned himself in?
I would assume so.
Because it wasn't the hooker's blood.
Nope.
But he did just watch that happen as well.
But because they said,
So he left.
well, they said there was 3 bloods on him.
Okay, so it would
It
have
was
been
Hooker's blood,
Hooker's blood.
the blood from his fingerprints
And then
being
the
taken
blood
off, and then an unthird party they didn't know.
That
Or
would have been
yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Yeah.
Also, oof, that Lust. That one was rough. I mean, it didn't show anything, but just knowing the suit and what happened, wowzers.
Yeah.
Don't know what that blonde did to John Doe, but oof.
Yeah.
Damn, honey.
That was rough.
That was rough. I'm very happy. I guess, 90s. Yeah, you could have pushed the envelope for sure.
When he showed
It's
that
not
picture,
something you
I'm
need
like,
to
what
see.
the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to go about that. You see a corpse body, a guy crying and freaking out that he did it. Also, you're weird. And then you see that Polaroid and you're like, oh, that's a dick blade.
So he claims gun to his head.
Shoot me.
He was told to put it on.
Shoot me.
And to fuck her.
Shoot me.
Pause. So I fucked her.
Shoot me.
What?
Shoot me. I'm not going to fuck a girl to her demise with a blade wiener. It's not.
Oof.
It's not for me. I would rather die, not have killing that poor woman.
Damn.
Yeah,
It was rough.
yeah. He's big. He's big on the gun to the head thing though, because he did it to the fat man too.
Yeah. You got to force him to do it. You got to make him think your life depends on doing this. If not, they just say, no, I'm not doing that. No.
Is this one of the best surprise endings to this point in cinema? Obviously, it's this iconic for this long for a reason.
I would say so.
I would say it's up there for sure. Just one of those movies that just don't have a happy ending. There is zero happiness in this movie.
From beginning to end. There's no hope for anybody.
Start to finish, no happy.
And then Somerset has to live with that.
My question is, if you were to compare the feeling to, say, No Country for Old Men.
Oh, great, man. We should cover that one day.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a psychopath, so it falls right into horror for me. Both have very similar feels. They're not similar movies. There is a significant difference in plot.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that I feel like men lean heavily on these styles of movies. We like that uneasy. We like, and you guys have heard me say it 1,000 times on this podcast, I don't always want a happy ending. There's a reason I'm into horror. There's a reason I'm into dark, decrepit shit.
Yeah.
And for cinematic reasons, I like when it ends badly. In real world, I love a hero.
Yeah.
In cinema, I love shit to be crazy.
Yeah.
So I feel like as far as a feeling, those both popped into my head as like even for feel. You watch all this shit go down for it to end the way it does. And you can't deny it. There's no alternate ending like that fucking one we did with Peter Anthony. Vampire Zombies? Come on, dude.
Oh, I Am Legend?
I Am Legend? Yeah. See, that doesn't work for me. You can't then change it.
I mean, honestly, there's no other way it could end.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't kill.
But if he doesn't kill, then he doesn't complete his thing.
Exactly.
But also, what is he considered? A martyr? John Doe considers himself a martyr then, right?
Yeah.
So, 7 deadly sins, and he died perfecting it. That's the only way. He knew he was never going to serve time. He knew he was going to get away with it by dying to fulfill his own prophecy.
But,
boom.
If we go off what you mentioned, if he didn't have that running with Mills, then what was the plan next? Probably the same thing with someone else?
I think it would have taken a lot longer.
I think so too, yeah.
I think this would have gone on for... I don't think they would have had many clues.
No, because as they're on the drive...
No, actually...
On the drive out there, when Mills and John Doe were talking, and Mills makes the comment about they were going to catch me eventually.
Yeah.
And John Doe's like, no, you wouldn't have.
I don't know, though, because when they...
Which I agree.
No, because the library thing had him dead to rights.
True, but...
He would have disappeared again.
John Doe had Mills dead to rights, but chose to let him live. I mean, he said that to him.
Damn, you're right. Yeah.
He said, "You're just going to live out the life I'm allowed you to have."
Damn, you're right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about
And that
that.
sets Mills off too.
Yeah. Yeah, you got bested by this man.
Yeah.
Because you didn't look up.
In every possible way.
Yeah.
You
Mills.
You were too scared when that gun was to your head to...
Oh, yeah, he was fucked up.
Yeah, he was terrified.
He also took a pipe to the head, though. He was concussed, and he broke his hand. He wasn't at 100%. Okay, John Doe.
Okay, Mills, you want to fight so fucking bad. Let's do it.
Well, guns down. Let's brawl. I know who's winning that one.
You want to scream at strangers in stairways. Actually, I don't know. Because I feel like the way John Doe was on top of that truck and hopping around and running, he probably would have beat the shit out of Mills regardless.
Very true.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Hand-to-hand combat,
He stomped his ass in.
Also, when they are at the apartment and like he just has his groceries and he looks and he's like, "Oh yeah, those are those cops. I'm just gonna," just like without hesitation, lays down five rounds. And I'm like, damn, he had the advantage because they're spooked. Somerset's horse shit when it comes to gunfire.
Yeah, which he said
falls
he was.
Yeah, he even the conversation had prior in the movie set this up perfectly. Not that John Doe would have known that, but he rolled the dice and he figured it out.
Mills claimed he pulled his gun out one time. It's a full of shit, dude.
Done.
You've had it out numerous times.
So what did you dislike?
One thing.
Okay.
I didn't like John Doe giving himself up.
He had to in order to fulfill that 7 deadly sentence.
Didn't like that. So I get with that.
Yeah.
He already killed.
The movie has to fucking end.
He already
It's not
killed
Zodiac. That movie never ended.
He already killed Mill's wife. I get that.
Yeah.
Only way to really,
To get wrath
yeah,
is that.
is to
So what was hers?
first to.
Envy?
Well, he was
wrath.
no. He's envy.
Who was envy? Oh,
John
fuck.
Doe.
John Doe's envy.
John Doe is envy.
Son of a bitch.
She's just a kill.
She's just a kill.
Yeah. Not even a part of the
She's
fucking program at all.
She's just a statistic.
Yeah, she's just there.
I'm so stupid. Thank you for clarifying that for me.
He's envy, and
Yeah.
he says to him,
He did envy his life.
Yeah,
He did. Beautiful wife, great career. A little hot-tempered. That's all you did. That's all you disliked.
yeah, I didn't see the need to give yourself up. But now, I think
It would be a fucking 7-hour movie.
I think we could have got to that point a different way. You would have eventually crossed paths again.
Yeah, but it's all
You know where you live.
it's all a matter of what John Doe wanted. That's the powerful part of that. It's like you may not have liked it because you wanted more of a chase.
Yeah.
But all of the marbles and the power was John Doe. And how you get that conclusion is when the lawyer comes in. And he's like, "I got y'all dead to rights." He's going to plead insanity and you know you're fucked. Or he'll give you a full confession if you go along with his little game. Everybody in that fucking room knows it's not going to end well.
Yeah.
But you're not going to let this motherfucker go to a loony bin with comfortable beds and medicine.
And you're going to send Mills and Somerset.
He requested it. Those were the only two detectives.
You're going to allow it, though?
Yeah, to get that full confession. They're struggling in this city is one thing you know for sure. When Somerset tells that little story about the guy getting robbed and then the guy stabs out both of his eyeballs.
Yeah.
It's like this town's gone to shit.
Mills, you retire in 2 days.
Somerset, you were tired.
Move.
Well, yeah, just go.
Move somewhere else.
Yeah, he's at a farm. I highly doubt there are any farms anywhere near that area. It was very much a urban
Just move out
setting. Yeah, and move where the head was found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Build a house
With all those
there.
fucking power lines.
Yeah. Imagine being the guy who dropped the package off.
Dude, that part's, and I'm a delivery driver.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd be thinking about that now. I'd be like, damn, could you imagine? They're like, what the fuck are these coordinates?
Turn around
Fucking helicopters like,
and now run.
I'd get like 6 feet and be out of breath, dude.
Again.
I wouldn't get very far.
My fucking van.
Yeah.
Especially now I think, present day, damn, I left my phone in the car. Fuck.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Oh, my cell phone's way back there. I swear, man, look at my ticket.
Yeah.
I was told to do this.
I can see my phone. That's all I need.
Yeah, let me get the proper paperwork for you. It blew out in the wind. You got me out here in this fucking field.
Or anything you didn't like.
No,
All right.
no, not at all.
All right. So out of the sin kills that we saw.
The depiction of sins?
Yeah. What is your favorite one?
It's the first one. But man, is gluttony done well. It's done very well. I get to see the most of it. I get to hear the most about it. The fact that he was forcing him to eat all that food, but what got him was because he kicked him in the side and bursted open his full stomach.
Yeah.
And that guy just suffered immensely. It was cool, man. And I got to see a lot of it. So
Okay.
I'll give gluttony one. And that's something, that I think I would die from.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
Sloth.
That one was wild, dude.
Yeah.
We hadn't even talked about that yet.
And we got to see little Dr. Cox was there as the one that found him.
Yeah. He's also the guy in the helicopter.
Yeah. Scrubs. Great show.
One
by
of
the way.
the best hospital not reality what are they called?
Sitcoms?
Sitcoms, thank you. It's a hospital sitcom. It is the best.
I agree.
The best.
100%.
Grey's Anatomy ain't got shit on it.
No.
It shows lightheartedness, sadness, growth of character. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And Dr. Cox is one of the greatest written characters in sitcom history.
I will say, there's very few actors that can portray sarcasm
Perfectly.
as well as that guy can.
There's one. It's him.
He is perfect at it.
Perfect.
Like, I feel like his defender role and other things he's been in has to be Dr. Cox.
Or super angry cop guy. Like we're getting this.
True, yeah.
Pulls it off very well.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters from Scrubs was the janitor.
Really?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, obviously, JD and
Turk.
Turk.
They're the best.
The bromance we all yearn for.
It is? Yeah.
It is. Thank you for not having a stuffed dog, though. Like, thank you so much for not having a stuffed dog.
So I think outside of JD and Turk, I can't remember the guy's name. He would go around giving high fives.
The fucking buff one that Turk was kind of friends with for a little bit? Yeah. What was his name?
Damn it.
I can't think of his name either. Always had his, like, cutoffs.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there's such a good show. Yeah. Yeah. Such a good show.
Yeah.
Wonder if that's on anything. It's got to be on, like, Hulu.
I think it is, yeah. The later seasons weren't very good.
I don't think I ever actually finished it.
It was like a younger set of doctors.
Oh, no. If it's not the original guys, I'm out. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I think Dr. Kelso left. And now
Kelso had to have died. Jesus, he was like 90.
Turk and JD are like head doctors now.
Oh, no. I don't like that, though.
But anyway, a sloth kill. The fact that he was still alive.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scariest part of the movie right there.
When Dr. Cox gets close to him,
He goes,
and he starts to breathe,
his fear in that
and then
instance was perfect.
Mills
though.
again pulls his fucking gun out.
Quick.
Yeah. Oh, he pulled it out once. He lying sack of shit.
I've seen you pull it out in this movie 4 times.
That was Somerset. You sure it's one time? I can count with 3 already.
Yeah, we're already up 3 on that in your whole career. You know. Somerset does too, though. Don't let him fool you. He's falling back scared as shit too.
He's not going to do it.
Well, he doesn't know how to get it out as quick.
Yeah.
He's fumbling around in the
Oh,
trench
fuck.
coat. Even when they get shot at, he's not the quickest draw. He's
Yeah. He
thick ass trench coat, can't get his hand in that little
hasn't
sick
shot
shit.
it numerous. He hasn't shot it at all over probably the 30 years he's been a detective. Now he's too old and slow.
He's fucking all discombobulated, confused. Mills is already taken. He's worried about his friend. Yeah, it's a fucked up situation.
It is.
All right, so you asked me that on a scale from 1 to 10. Where does the movie 7 fall for you?
On a scale from 1 to 10, 7 is an 8.
Okay, nice.
What about you?
I go a little bit higher than 8.5.
All right.
But I do thoroughly enjoy this movie. I thought I owned it. Went through every single DVD and Blu-ray I have. I don't. So I had to rent it on Amazon. But yeah, it's a great movie. Next week.
What do you want to do?
You know what we're doing? I told you.
Remind me?
The guest?
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
You want to let the fans know?
You let them know.
All right, I'll let them know. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everything in between, we are going to be covering Hereditary, one of the greatest A24 films of all time, with one of my closest and best friends, Miss Veda. She has been begging to come on the show, but I've said no so many times. But yes, we're excited to have her on the show. We're going to be talking about Hereditary, all things Hereditary, and probably a good amount of A24. We're super excited about how you feeling about it, buddy.
I'm excited.
Good.
I like Hereditary. Haven't watched it in a while.
I haven't watched it in a while either, and
it's good to
I
watch it
have
again.
the Blu-ray from the one of the trivias we won, so I won't have to rent it.
A trivia we won.
Yeah, at Keegan's.
Keegan's.
Yeah.
Whose trivia was that?
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
No clue.
All right.
Can't for the life of me remember who put that one on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to have a guest back on the show.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. So she'll be here live and in person, talking about Hereditary, good old piano wires and light poles. Better watch out.
Yeah.
A humongous shout out, as always, to our main supporters, Jeff Balance. Anything you see between us on YouTube, anything you see on our J Squared Horror merchandise, anything you see on our social media icons are all done by Mr. Jeff Balance. If you need any graphic design work done, Jesus Christ, please let us know. We'll get you in contact with Jeff Balance. A humongous shout out to Mr. Lucky Riggs, who does our intro and our outro music. We love it. Fits our podcast very well. A humongous shout out to Mr. Jick Devine.
Thank you.
He's a great friend and great host. Love him to pieces. Is there anything you wanted to add before we sign off for the week?
We're in a golf now, guys.
Yeah, guys, we're about to go play 9 holes right now. Yeah, we're in a golf. Shout out to all the golfers out there. If you're a golfer, please let us know in the comments if you want to come play with us. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week. And always remember, it's hip to be squared.